So let's talk with the director of Media Research Center TV, Eric Scheiner. Welcome back to Victory News, sir.
Thanks for having me back. Appreciate it.
All right, you just heard how Joe Biden changed Title IX to serve men who pretend to be women. MRC-TV is reporting on a young man who thinks he's a girl, testifying to keep himself on girls' sports team. Here's the clip.
When I began my transition in the 6th grade, my school welcomed me onto the girls' team. Joining the male teams wouldn't even be a choice for me with the bullying and threats I'd receive, let alone the mental anguish I'd go through being forced to be someone I'm not.
All right, Eric, besides encouraging government-sponsored gender dysphoria, isn't this robbing young women of opportunities and a fair playing field?
Well, absolutely. I mean, transgenderism is about denying who you really are. And in the case when they want to go on these sports teams, it's denying real women the opportunity to be on the team. They're denying them scholarships, denying them playing time. And that's really the focus. The left has moved so far on this. I mean, if you think back a few years ago, we went from believe all women, and now they're chanting affirm all men, even those that want to be in women's locker rooms.
That's a great point. So let's talk for a moment about the militant anti-Semitic protesters on the campus of Columbia University and other colleges across the country. I want you to listen in particular to these two young women protesting with others at NYU when asked what they're protesting.
I think the goal is just showing our support for Palestine and demanding that NYU stops. I honestly don't know all of what NYU's doing.
Is there something that NYU's doing?
I really don't know. I'm pretty sure they're... Do you know what NYU's doing? About what? About Israel. Why are we protesting here? Palestine will be free! I wish I was more educated.
Well, one protester said they want NYU to stop, but they don't know what to stop. And the other wishes she knew what they were protesting. Now, we know there are plenty of anti-Semites at the protest, but how many, I wonder, are clueless like these two? How could that happen, Eric?
Well, you know, I think parents got a question. One of those people later went on to say in that video they came from Columbia University, and that's $90,000 a year. So you got to question how that money is being spent. But there is this mob mentality when these protests start that some people protest just to protest. They think they're being rebellious. Yeah, they think they're bucking the system instead of actually playing into the establishment's hands. But here's the thing. If you're going out to protest, you might want to know exactly what and why you're protesting.
I think they used to call them useful idiots in a bygone era. All right, Joe Biden hit the campaign trail, but may have forgotten how this whole campaign thing works. Watch this.
Imagine what we can do next. 4 more years. Pause. 4 more years. Pause. 4 more years.
Eric, Joe Biden read the prepared note for him to stop so they could cue him for the cheers. Embarrassing for certain. But does this show his mental sharpness is continuing to decline?
Well, he's been showing that all week. This week was supposed to be about him, right? Trump's stuck in a courtroom in New York with Democratic political prosecutions going on, and he's supposed to be out hitting the campaign trail showing the split screen, but instead he talks about his uncle being eaten by cannibals and how he used to be a tractor trailer driver, and then has moments where he reads pause off the cue cards, and therefore the media, especially leftist media, isn't really covering his campaigning so much.
Yeah, that's crazy. Eric, California, you can't make that up, can you? But it keeps happening.